Hello and welcome to Reporter's Toy Talk number 11. Now, I'm gonna try to see if I can get this episode around under 20 minutes. So, without trying to trip over my words and just sit here and kind of talk about something for one thing for 16 minutes. Let me go ahead and get on this and try to do this. So here are the three Cyberverse figures, the Cyberverse Commander figures that I got yesterday off of Big Bad Toy Store. These are the Japanese versions, so you know I can't read anything on the packaging. So when I review these figures, I'm going to be reviewing all three at the same time, and I'm going to skip through the transformations. So that's look forward to that. As well as the Marvel Select Juggernaut, and I will review the Gundams at some point. But on to these figures. To really tell you how awesome these are, I kind of like. I don't want to like say, oh, you should just get them all, because you know you might not like Transformers. You might only be a fan of Ironhide or Ultra Magnus, or you might just like, you know, Dreadwing from the show. I mean, Dreadwing is pretty cool, but yeah, it's kind of hard for me to explain, really, because all three of these figures I really like. So it's hard. I'm glad I got them. And you know, $16 a piece. I think, to me personally, my opinion, it was worth it, because I could not find all three of these figures in my local stores. Target doesn't seem to carry Commanders anymore, and I never can find them at Walmart, so, which is really the only place around me anymore that I even find Commanders at. So it was just a matter of time before I just broke down and got them off the internet. So I just added them to my pile of loot. But yeah, right off the bat though, I hope Ironhide here and Ultra Magnus are in the show at some point, because these figures really make me hope that, you know, they'll sometime appear, because these figures kick a lot of ass. As far as a Cyberverse Commander figure, the expectations are, you know, to a certain point, you're gonna be like, hey, you know, what I expect from a Commander figure is higher of what I can expect for a figure such as a Legion figure. And now you see how small Breakdown is. It kind of makes me mad how small Breakdown is. They need to make him in a Commander. I don't know why they did not. I would have gladly taken out that repaint of Optimus Prime for a new Breakdown, but we'll see. I don't know if they'll make another one. They kind of did with the movie line, made figures from Legends size, the Legends, into Commanders such as Blackout and Ironhide. So we'll see. I don't know. That kind of gives me a little bit of thought, something to think about. But these figures are awesome. I'll start with Ironhide. He was the first one I opened, and he's got a pretty awesome mixture of the movie and the G1 cartoon. I really like him. He's got the cannons from the movie, he's got the black from the movie, but he also has the red from the G1, and from G1 he's got, you know, the window chest. He's got his head is very G1-esque, but the pickup truck is also from the movie, so it's got a little bit more movie in it than G1, but still a nice overall Ironhide figure. And he rolls and actually pretty well. It's not really any visible junk under there to kind of. That's the thing with like Ironhides. I've noticed that a lot of them have some crap under it, like this one. This one has some crap under it here, so it's kind of sticks out from the bottom of the vehicle, and this figure really does not. It's kind of flush a little bit under there. I like that. That's cool. Ultra Magnus here is pretty big actually for a Commander figure. He's not as tall as Optimus, and that's where Optimus gets most of his mass from. But like the vehicle is actually just a hair bit taller, but his he's longer and he's a little bit, I want to say, square and rectangular. Rectangular. Man, that's a hard one for me to say. But yeah, pretty awesome. He's got this pretty cool water cannon. Just the only thing to knock off of this is, you know, he's got some gaps here in the back, but you know, and his crotch and his legs are right there. But a Cyberverse figure, you really can look. I look over that stuff already. I like Legends figures. I've always have Legends and smaller scale figures of Transformers. And Dreadwing here, yeah. When they repaint this into Skyquake, which I believe the Japanese version comes out in October, which I'll be getting. I mean, might as well. I mean, I got Skyquake from Japan, or the Dreadwing from Japan. Might as well get his brother from the same country. Yeah, I'll totally get that now. This figure's awesome. I love jets. I've always been a fan of jets and aircraft and military vehicles and all that. I mean, Transformers is kind of where I get my love of vehicles from. So this is awesome. He does got some kibble, yeah. Obviously, he's gonna have some kibble being a Cyberverse figure, but it's not that bad. Like from this angle, it gives him a little heft to him, a little beef, if you will. You do kind of wish the arms could like at least do something, but given the nature of his robot mode, I don't know where they would actually go without making the figure less durable and less sturdy. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I really like the blue and the yellow. I've always liked Blue Angels colors, so. And there's the pretty cool like winged Decepticon Air Force logos. So maybe he can lead an armada of some kind. Hopefully they might make some jet Viacons. You know, I'm gonna get the regular Viacons, and I wonder if they'll make some jet Viacons. That'll be cool. But I'm gonna transform these figures, and I'm gonna come back with the robot mode real quick. Alright, so now that I got all three figures in robot mode, I can show you how they stack up in that prospect. And so, Dreadwing, really cool. All these figures, all three of them, these figures, their kibble does not bother me at all. Another robot mode, you know, it's got kind of a jet on the back, but you know, I like it. I think it looks cool, and he does have the wings on his back. I think in the show model, and he's got some nice shoulder pads, and his head's pretty awesome. I'm gonna get in there and maybe focus a little bit, but yeah, he's got a sword. He's got his underslung super cannon of death. Yeah, he's really awesome. He's got some thigh swivels, some pretty good posability. So, and you can peg the sword on the top of the gun there. You want to hold it by the center piece where the peg is, though, because it is kind of thin in some places. I'm sure you guys would not want to break your figure. But he can pull off some pretty cool poses. You just gotta find the balance. Yeah. And I kinda knocked him there. But Ultra Magnus here, he's got pretty awesome looking robot mode. His looks pretty massive and very tough, and ready for battle. He's got his hammer. His face just looked like he can't deal with this right now, so you're gonna have to wait, and then he will get to it when he can. Really cool. I really like the design of this figure, though. Really excited to get the Forger figure here coming soon. So that'll be really awesome. He's got some pretty good posability. Not that great. I mean, he does have a waist joint, but his hips pop off. His knees bend slightly. The weight of the hammer, though, kind of brings this ball joint a little loose. Does have ball joint elbows, though. But yeah, he's pretty awesome, though. Yeah, and he looked good standing next to Optimus Prime. And can kind of use this transformation joint as a posability. By the way, he can hold this in two hands. You just gotta find the right way to do it, but he can two-hand the hammer, as you can see. That's cool. Ironhide here. Ironhide's pretty awesome too. He's got decent posability. He's got, you know, a lot of arm posability. Is pretty awesome. His legs are pretty well built for some wide stances, so you can have him just destroy. It's just he doesn't have like a waist swivel or a head swivel, so some of the more dynamic poses you can't really pull off. But you know, not very many of these figures have waist swivels or head swivels, for that matter. I think Bulkhead and Prime are the only two that do. So yeah, but pretty awesome figure, though. I really like him. I like the black and the red throughout. I think it really comes together really cool. It's kind of really the first blend of black and red Ironhide we've had, so I really like it. I really think he comes together pretty well. Pretty awesome. Alright, Marvel Select Juggernaut. This figure's so big, I can't even fit him in the whole frame. And I can sort of get that, and it cuts his face, and I got to his face, and there goes his toes, so. But, wow. I mean, I've always wanted this figure, anyway, because I like the look of this figure more than the Marvel Legends version, which I could have actually got from the same website, but it's $90 versus this figure being $20, and this figure being bigger, heavier, and just looks better to me. But I will end up reviewing it, maybe. The kind of whole thing with Potter's Toy Talk is kind of just having like a short review of these figures, so it's just me talking about toys, so that's usually kind of what the summary of what all this is geared towards. But just to show how really truly big this figure is, here's my hand, right? You know, alright, so okay, maybe your hand's not. You know, here's a CD. But on to the better. Like with other figures, like the only other Marvel Select figure I have is the Avengers movie Hulk, and Hulk's just a little bit taller. I agree that Hulk's just a little bit taller, but put up to a more recent figure like the Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure Terrax, Return of Marvel Legends, and then you see more of the scale. Add in, you know, you want Marvel Legends X-Men to face against the Juggernaut. Let me get the map here. I can show you everyone but Angel because he's kind of hanging on the wall and I really don't want to move him. But here's like Cyclops, Juggernaut, Series 3 Wolverine. I think that's 3. It might be. I think it's Series 3 Wolverine and Colossus is Series 4. And then put T-Rex back over here. So yeah, it's pretty big. I think he fits well in scale. This Hulk is just a little bit too big for a Hulk. So yeah, and he's pretty massive. He's just and the Marvel Legends Abomination is actually in good scale too. It's just a little bit smaller. But I will be getting the Marvel Legends or Marvel Select Abomination to kind of go with the Marvel Select Hulk. So I just really wanted Abomination for because I used to have the figure and I have an attachment to it. But I'll move these figures out of the way. Yeah, I'm glad to, really happy to get this figure, because he goes for, between 50 and, I've seen him for 80 sometimes. He doesn't go for retail price anymore, and that's what I got him for. I got him for 20 bucks, and man, this guy's huge. My package weighed 8 pounds, and I think it was mostly because of this figure. And he's got some posability. He's got some cool stuff going on. He doesn't have the dent in the back of his head like Shartimus had in his figure. And I have noticed, like especially in the up here in the thigh swivel, he's got some like grease that the manufacturers put in the joints to make them not stick, which I'm actually, that made me think a little bit, because this is the re-release figure, I think, because I grabbed the packaging. Copyright says 2012. So, see right there. His figure was released in 2010, I believe. His figure's about 2 years old, I believe. Yeah, he's even got 2012 stamped on the foot, so they might have just made some more of him or so. I'm not entirely sure, but really awesome, and I'm glad I got him. I got this from Big Bad Toy Store, and they still have some in stock, I believe. Yeah, this is kind of like a Marvel Select Holy Grail for me. I've wanted this figure since it was announced, since I saw pictures. Really, for Marvel Select, you really can't go wrong with their massive characters. Their Hulks, their Abominations, their Juggernauts. The Colossus is actually pretty good too. So I'm probably gonna, I think my next Marvel Select purchases are going to be the Colossus and the Abomination. I do want the Doctor Doom too, but really only for the chair. Although the Doctor Doom is a nice standalone figure on its own, but I think they have them on clearance. Not sure, but yeah, really cool. I'm gonna end up reviewing him at some point. He's just really heavy, so I just have him stand there. He's just huge and imposing, so he doesn't really need too many poses, but you can. I'm going to show this off as the last part here for this figure. But you spin this joint around. He does have some good posability, though. You can get him in some decent poses, even though his posability is limited. The way his ankle shifts around like this, really helps for the whole one-legged, him standing on one leg. It will work, you just gotta be careful. I recommend having him supported with something else other than just the figure. But look, he's balanced. He's pretty solid in this pose. You just gotta, not mess with him too much. I'm gonna put that off to an angle, kind of get it centered with the line with the figure. So, but it can be done. That looks pretty awesome, actually. Especially when he's like running at somebody that's like a lot smaller. You can kind of see. Yeah, that's awesome. That just looks really cool. So, thank you guys for watching. I'm not gonna get to the Gundams in this video, so without making it like 30 minutes long. So I'm just gonna go ahead and shoot the reviews, which are probably gonna be 20 minutes. So each. Hopefully I'll try to keep it down to 15, but I won't know until I start recording and start trying. But yeah, and sorry if I sound a little muffled or weird. I just woke up like 10 minutes ago. So yeah, yeah, I'm gonna go shoot those reviews now.